Joining us now is Republican Wyoming Senator Cynthia Lummis. Senator Lummis, great to see you this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. I want to get your read on the situation as it stands now, because there are so many Americans out there saying that not enough information, not enough transparency has been put out there by the administration. People are actually worried and also now speculating to degrees about the kinds of things that could be flying in our skies.
Members of the Senate who were at the committee hearing this morning on the subject were asking the military to give us more information when individual Americans can see balloons flying over with their own eyes, take pictures of them, and the military learns from the Billings newspaper that there's a balloon flying over America and then start tracking it. Has a couple problems. Of course, the American people feel like our military leaders are asleep at the switch. The other concern is that around the world, it makes us look less competent than we are. And that message was conveyed to military leaders this morning. It's important that we convey competence and confidence around the world that we know what's in our airspace. So this has problems both on the international stage as well as within our country with everyday Americans, including people in Wyoming who saw this with their own eyes as the balloon flew over northeast Wyoming.
Senator, I think those of us on the outside, like your constituents in Wyoming, are looking in on this, and our confidence level is almost zero that the administration is on top of it. You've been in the briefings. You've heard the inside information. Has your confidence level that we're handling this properly gone up after hearing those briefings?
Well, I think in retrospect, we're taking lessons learned and we'll apply them in the future. The question we all have is, why weren't we more prepared going into this? Why didn't we shoot this balloon down when it was over the Aleutian Islands? These smaller subsequent objects, one of which now looks like it was a balloon, the other two, which we don't even know whether they were balloons or some other type of object, seem to be still mysteries. So I think we're going to require a lot more communication between the U.S. military and the U.S. Congress about how to address these issues going forward, how to fill the gaps that seem to exist in our radar capabilities and our ability to detect and identify these objects.
Senator, I want to pivot to energy, if I will, as well. Wyoming is an energy-producing state. We've heard more calls that WTI could go back to $100 a barrel this year. How are your constituents, some of the energy producers, but also the constituents on the ground with CPI print that we got this morning, feeling about this energy market?
Well, Wyoming is a large oil and gas producing state, and we are used to fluctuations in price. It tends to benefit our economy even when the prices are high for oil per barrel, simply because it's such a huge component of our jobs and our economy. I think the wrong way to address it is to take more oil and gas out of the strategic oil reserve. The strategic oil reserve is at a low for all time since 1983, and taking it out just to make sure gasoline prices go lower is not the right approach. People go to the grocery store and buy eggs, chicken, ground beef, protein of all kinds, and they know that we're having inflation. They don't need to just go to the gas pump and realize it. So the response by the Congress should be to signal to the American people that we get it, we played a role in this inflation by spending too much money, and we are going to get our fiscal house in order. Until the Congress sends that signal, the American people are going to continue to have to endure these high prices, not only at the pump, but also in the grocery stores.
Well, Senator Lummis, in the State of the Union, we got a big signal, not a word about permitting reform. That's a big part of the energy story. We have to leave it there. Thank you for being with us today. We appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.